When he plays at the back, he will stop your attack, Calafiori. He chose red over blue, plays for me, can I do Calafiori? Boom! Mad! Now I know we've all heard the news that we've signed Calafiori. Calafiori, right? And one of the best defenders in Europe last season. We've now added him to our defense. Now, everyone has been saying that, listen, Arsenal don't need him. That's what people were saying before. But a few weeks ago, when we were just linked with him, everyone was saying we don't need him. Even Arsenal fans saying we don't need this guy. We've got defenders in surplus, the best defensive record last season in the Premier League. We don't need this guy. But then all of a sudden, I'm starting to hear the narrative shift, saying that, listen, this guy's going to make us more solid. This guy's going to do this. This guy's going to do... And I love it. I love it. I love it because everyone's starting to understand the quality that this guy's going to be adding. Now we're going to get into some of his qualities that he will be adding. But first, we're going to hear what Mikel Arteta has to say. Mikel had shared his opinion on Calafiori, why we got him, and what he could potentially bring to the team, and we're going to react to that. Listen, Mikel Arteta is always dropping bombs, but you have to be looking, you have to be searching for these. They're like silent bombs, if there's such a thing, right? Because once you find it, it will blow your mind. But before then, you'll be looking, what is he on about? It doesn't make any sense. But trust me, when you understand what he's saying, when you look deeper. Anyways, let's get into what Mikel Arteta had to say about Calafiori.
It took a while. He's a player that we have monitored for over a year.
It's not even the first 10 seconds and he's already shot me. We've been monitoring him for over a year. Now, this is what I've been saying to Arsenal fans. Stop getting all heated. Stop getting all concerned. Mikel, you know, some people plan 10 years in advance. Some people only plan for the next day. Some people only plan for a year in advance. I believe Mikel Arteta is a very good tactician. And good tactician, they have to be planning 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the future. It's not just his... through his tenure at the club, he's trying to put the club in a better standing. So even after he dies, his legacy will live on forever at Arsenal. That's the kind of legacy I believe Arteta wants to leave at Arsenal. And this is it, that he was scouting Calafiori for over a year. He was planning this transfer for over a year. So, who else was he planning for over a year? Because last season we get a mindset into how the process, and he said that I think this is we're in the fourth stage of the process, or the fifth stage, but he talks about stages of the process. When Arteta came in, he had to get rid of a lot of internal people that was giving away information, leaking information to the press, and he's got rid of that. He's built the chemistry of the players, built up the chemistry, bring back the fans on board with the club. He's done so much to the club since he came, and I believe this is all part of his plan, and he's been there 4 years already. Now, he was asked last season, how is the process going on with your stages? How is it going? He said we're far ahead of the process. So that's what I'm saying, that he planned all of this already. This guy has planned all of this already. Now Calafiori's been planned for over a year. Don't be surprised if we sign Gyökeres just like that. We see that we've been scouting him since the transfer, before the transfer window opened. We've been scouting him. How long have we been scouting? Because I remember when we were linked with Diamande, that we were scouting Diamande. How were we? It's a question that I want us to think about, because I do really think that we were scouting Diamande, but I don't know if we were scouting both Diamande and Gyökeres together. So it could be a thing where we were scouting both Diamande and Gyökeres this last season, or it could be just Gyökeres. But for the fact that he said that we have been scouting Calafiori for over a year, we could be scouting someone else right now for over a year. Gyökeres, we've been scouting since before the transfer window opens, and we're still scouting him. So that's what I'm saying, that these guys, they plan long into the future, and I love it because this shows how much Arteta wants to leave on a print, and the type of man he is, which is as I said before, a very good tactician that plans long into the future. And when you plan for the future, it will only secure or prestige as a big club going on in the future. Because if you ain't got a plan for the future as a manager, then you don't believe in that club, or you're not capable of bringing that team into the future, because you have to see the future, you have to vision it, you have to breathe it, you have to plan for it in every aspect. And I believe that Arteta is that meticulous to do that kind of sort of thing. So big up Arteta once again, my manager.
We were really short in the backline in last season in terms of numbers, and we demanded so much for them.
So short in numbers, that was mainly due to injuries.
Billy, for example, played every minute of the Premier League, and we believe that we have to be much more protected. We identify him as a player, as a talent that can give us skills and qualities that are gonna make us better.
Okay, skills and qualities that's gonna make us better. Now, so when Calafiori says this, that someone asked him, what player would you compare himself to? He said, John Stone is my reference. His style of play is closest to mine. It's not off the cuff. When I go into midfield, it's following the guidelines of the coach. Following the guidelines of the coach. And I love to hear that. So it's not him trying to be spontaneous. It's not his ego taking over. It's nothing of the sort. It's just this guy is following instruction, because the manager knows how to get the best of him, out of him. And Arteta potentially saying, when Arteta said this, going back to what Arteta just said, so skills and qualities will make us better. And Calafiori said, listen, when you see me midfield, I'm following guidelines. So I realized that Mikel Arteta wants this John Stone type, because on the left hand side, because Saliba was the one that used to drive up from the midfield, from a defense into midfield. But I feel like Saliba since last season has been the one that's sitting, and perhaps Arteta wants the left hand side to attack as well, and to bring the ball out from the back. Gabriel does that a bit, but it's not as good as Calafiori, as what I've seen of Calafiori so far. So Gabriel had to transition into helping the team progressing forward, which I realized that he started to do a lot of long balls to Saka. He started to do a lot of balls over the top to on the left hand side, but it still wasn't giving. It still wasn't helping Martinelli on that left hand side to push on, just like how Saliba or Benjamin White was helping Saka and Odegaard on that right hand side. The left hand side was a bit weaker. So I believe that Calafiori ball carrying ability is going to be helping Martinelli a lot this season. Even if Timber plays there, Timber is very good as well. But I believe that we're signing Calafiori for a reason. So let's see what happens. Obviously,
another very versatile defender to your back line. Do you see him primarily as a left back, as a centre back, or not really any one fixed position?
Very good question.
Both position, especially, and the way we want to play, and the things that
very good answer.
We want to evolve in our game model is a player that is going to fit really well for what we want.
Is that? It must be quite pleasing for you. You've got Calafiori now at the club, Emile Smith-Rowe.
There's a potential that Calafiori may play left back, centre back, and centre mid. He perhaps will be rotated in that position. Don't be surprised if you see him, because Declan Rice, I believe Declan Rice could potentially sit and Calafiori drives in the midfield and vice versa. But the variation, it's going to be crazy. The formation changes, as Arteta said that, listen, you change formation 32 times within a single match. 32 times within a single match, and that's not exaggeration. When I look on the average position of the players, he's not lying. Arteta is not lying. So yeah, he's definitely gonna do something, but I can't wait to see what Calafiori is gonna be doing, where he's gonna be playing, and how is he gonna be rotating in those. I believe he's gonna be rotating. Mark my words. I believe he's gonna be rotating between the centre. We're gonna transition to a free at the back when we're attacking, and he could potentially be a part of that free. But most of the time, I believe he's going to be part of the midfield or even the left wing, playing on left wing back, attacking on the wing side, to the byline. I believe that he's going to rotate in the centre back. Sometimes when that free attacks, he's going to be the one that sits. Perhaps it's going to be Gabriel. Perhaps it's going to be Saliba that attacks in driving midfield. Because we see Saliba has been doing that a lot last season. It could be that. It could be so much different variation. It could be three at the back, whereas we got Timber in there, Benjamin. I don't know, but it's just limitless, the possibilities.
On the way out for a good feat that the club are happy about. Very good business all around, isn't it, for Arsenal at the minute?
Yes, I'm very happy that we got Riccardo done. As I said, I think it was very important to have that reinforcement in the backline, considering the issues that we had, especially last year, and once Jurian was injured. So yeah, increases the competition, increases the quality, and very good news for the team.
To be going for 114 points, Arteta said that we need to get 140. We need to win all our games to make, and we will be champion. for us to go through the season winning all our entire games, we definitely need backup, because if you're not thinking like that, you don't need any backup. But Mikel Arteta is basically trying to eradicate all room for error, which is to get better quality players, especially in depth, right? Squad depth. So our squad depth is improved, has improved drastically, and I believe we're not just going for the Prem. We're going for the Champions League as well. We're going for both. I believe Arteta is going to be attacking on both fronts, so we need quality in depth. And when they replace the first team players, it should be seamless. They should be hungry. They should be wanting to impress. And this is the best way to get all of that into one category: signing these quality players, because they're gonna inspire the other players to push on, and they're gonna be competing for space. It's gonna breathe beautiful scenes, because we're like a family. It's not like it's toxic where I'm trying to one up you because I need to get in the team over you. No, I believe that everyone's going to be pushing each other in the best way possible, in the most loving way possible, because that's what I've seen so far, right? I see players coming in to take other players' position, and they're laughing, they're happy, they're clapping because they're happy for the club overall. Unless you're thinking about Lukonga is the under. Lukonga wants to start. He don't care about nothing else. He wants to start, right? But apart from Lukonga, everyone else will be happy with that.